What's going on, guys? Joey Franzo with Flex Training Systems, and today going to be talking to you guys about a recent injury I experienced and how I'm going to be approaching it, because it's a very odd injury in that it's not something to where I just can't lift right away. It's not, just a little knick-knack. It's kind of in between, so I'm going to share with you my approach, as well as talk about some little updates with me. So let's get right into it. I want to say 10 days ago, it was a Sunday, and I was doing front squats. I was feeling pretty good. I had debated doing, I was going to make a change to my training, which I ended up doing the following week, and I kind of wish I would have done it sooner. I was going to flip out front squats for low bar squats, a little bit heavier to work on technique with a low RPE, low reps, but moderately heavy. And this day I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do front squats, right? I'm going to do my fronts. Sets of 7 with 315. I was not wearing my belt because, I don't know, I just didn't wear my belt. I normally always wear my belt. Even when I'm warming up for low bar, I put my belt on at like 315, which is less than 50%. So, didn't wear my belt. And my last set, my last rep, I felt a popping, crunching, pulling, just... It sucked. I didn't know what it was. I thought at first I thought I tore something or strained something. I racked the weight and immediately I bent over because I couldn't breathe standing up. I couldn't breathe all the way in, and it just like brought me to the ground. It was pretty inhibiting. I got on a roller, and for whatever reason, I wanted to lay on my stomach on the roller, like push on my ribs. I kept thinking to myself, like maybe I popped a rib out. And as I was rolling on that roller, I felt like a click. And I was like, maybe that was me putting it back in. And there could be some, initial inflammation that's gonna cause pain. This freaking sucked, but like a retard, I took some ibuprofen and I did my bench. I didn't feel it too bad on bench. I was still warm, so I was able to get through my bench. I don't regret doing my bench. I don't think it made it worse. Over the next couple days, it was pretty painful. I was able to squat 2 days later. It didn't hurt too bad. And, I was just like, okay, it's progressively getting better over the weeks. That's the initial inflammation going down. But then come Thursday or Friday when I was supposed to deadlift, it was still there, and I just didn't feel comfortable going ham. I've had some pretty good momentum on deadlifts lately, and I just didn't want to, fuck myself up pushing or pulling as hard as I would like to. So I said, all right, I'm going to take today light. Just did my high bar and my deadlifts. I didn't go over 405 on anything. I felt okay, and then the next day, my back felt weird. It's like, okay, why is this coming back? This might be something else that I need to get looked at. I felt better the morning, Sunday morning, and I told myself I should have got on my inversion table. For those of you that have, been working with me and maybe you have a back issue or anything disc related, I swear by that thing. It essentially opens up your back so that it can heal. And when you think about it, gravity pulls us down. So if you have anything going on underneath or in between, unless you can decompress somehow, it's never gonna heal. It's just gonna stay jacked. Sometimes things get lodged. Sometimes things get just so bound up that you can't really heal. I remember when I was going through this with my lower back, I would get on that thing and I would just feel my lower back go click, 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 like felt so good. And now it doesn't click at all, and my lower back is good, knock on wood. It is good to go. I don't have any problems with that. But I've also made, changes in my training to keep my lower back healthy. So going back to this upper back rib thing, told myself, man, I got to get on that inversion table, and I just didn't get around to it. It was bothering me a little bit. On Sunday, I did 495 for some doubles, and it was not painful, but it was just weird. It almost felt like I was squatting on a bad disc or something. Ended up going to Santa Monica that day, walking around, didn't really feel it too much. I remember sitting in a movie theater and it was bugging me, and then I said to myself, okay, I gotta get on that table, and I still didn't do it. I ended up getting on it Monday. Monday is my rest day. I did 3 rounds of 10 to 15 minutes, and today I felt so much better. Today's Tuesday night. Felt so much better. In the morning I was kind of iffy. My sleep was considerably less painful. And tonight when I got to the gym, I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to test this thing out, see how I do. Not test out, but I'm going to just try to do my normal scheduled workout. Just some smooth sets of 8. I did them very controlled. I didn't want any, if I can reduce the bar whip as much as possible, it's going to, not give me as much impact or apply as much impact to that area. I especially feel it when I breathe in, and then, when the bar whip's up top, it's just like I'm squishing something. Putting my belt lower actually makes it feel better. So I got an MRI earlier today to find out for sure what was going on. The reason, you guys might be listening to this saying, like, dude, if you're hurt, why are you training? I spent a lot of time getting as strong as I am, building as much muscle as I have, and I may not seem that strong, but I'm very proud of 1764 and some change total, 800 kilos, and I don't want to lose all that progress, and it's not to the point where I need to. And part of the reason I'm even still lifting right now is because when I was hurt, I didn't stop lifting, and I didn't become frail, and I didn't have to just climb back. I found a way to do everything that I could, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. So I got the MRI to figure out, what exactly is going on. If it is a disc, then I need to be careful with that. I need to keep doing the inversion table. I will probably reduce my frequency, like, as conservatively as possible. So if I'm squatting 3 times a week, I'm going to drop it down to 2 times a week. And then if I absolutely need to, I'll take away deadlifts. And then if I absolutely need to, I will drop it down to once a week. I don't think I'm going to get to that point. I hope not. I might have to reduce my bench frequency because I feel it a good amount when I arch hard, and then when I pause long. I feel like it has something to do with my belt, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to try using my SBD belt and see if that feels better. But I'm not just going to stop lifting and let it heal. I mean, that seems like that's what most people will tell you, but it's like, I don't know what this is. I'm not going to take steps back if I don't need to. I have the resources to identify the issue, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. My training is a priority to me. I mean, an MRI is not cheap, but, good old capitalism. If there's a demand for something, people sometimes can, if you know someone, you can just get it done. Find a way around the system. So that's what I did, and I'll keep you guys posted, for those of you that give a fuck. And, how does this apply to you? How can we take what Joey Flex is saying and apply that to ourselves? Well, this all has to do with practical application, which is going to be a topic I cover very soon. Take my situation and apply it to yourself. So if you have some sort of injury and it's something that you feel you can train through without making it worse, that's the tricky part. Can you train through it without making it worse, or leaving it alone maybe while still progressing? Go ahead and do that. For example, if you bench with the close grip, which, you can only do so much with, in my opinion, unless you're just genetically gifted with massive arms, then maybe, and your triceps are bugging you, then maybe try a wider grip. Maybe try flaring your elbows and not tugging so much. If you squat in a heel and your knees are killing you, maybe turn your feet out some. Maybe widen your stance a little bit. Maybe drop the heel. If front squats hurt you, don't do them. Do something else. It's not a necessary movement. It's not necessary, but it is helpful. You just have to go down the list and see, what's high priority. Okay, what absolutely needs to stay? What is the bare minimum that you need to do? I could probably, I'd be pretty mediocre doing everything once a week. My squat and deadlift might be okay. My bench would suck, but if it came down to it, and I love powerlifting that much where I wanted to keep competing, I could do it. You don't always need to do everything the absolute most optimal way, but if you can, and you want that, then do it. But I'm not just. I don't think anybody should just stop and let things get better. That's like it's almost like a cop-out. It's like, yeah, that's the easy way out. And if you want to do that, sure, you can do that. But part of, becoming something appreciable, part of reaching a level that you can look back on and be proud of is about building upon yourself, just building and building and building. There are some very prominent figures in powerlifting right now that maybe they couldn't train for whatever reason, and now they're fighting back, and it's just taking so long. And I've seen one of the most crushing things about injuries is not the actual injury, but what it does to you mentally, especially for someone who's so used to being strong and looking a certain way and feeling a certain way about themselves. And then all of a sudden, like, all your friends are lifting, but you can't lift. We're on social media. We see everybody around us getting stronger, and you just feel like you're getting left behind. It's a shitty feeling, but it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do to get back to where you were. And I'm thankful that despite this weird injury, I'm not I squatted today. I did my sets of 8. I did my bench. I did everything that was scheduled, and it didn't really inhibit me too much. I'm not doing my rows or anything, but that's low priority for me. So that being said, I hope you guys are able to take something away from this. Someone commented in my last video saying that they wanted me to show my face. My time is very limited as of late, and doing these videos in the car while I'm driving allows me to put out information quickly, and I think me actually getting the information out than the actual delivery is far more valuable, even if it helps just one person. A lot of you guys have asked for hour-long podcasts, or just to start a podcast in general. And I definitely would like to, even if it's just me sitting here talking, for an hour. Coming up in May, I'm actually doing a podcast with, I forget his name. I think his name is Daniel. I'll be posting the information the closer we get to it. That's going to be about an hour long, 45 minutes to an hour long. So stay tuned for that. I will ask him if I can post it on my YouTube for you guys to listen. For those of you that do listen and, drop likes and give me feedback and all that good stuff, even if it's not here, even if it's on Instagram, I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I am thankful that I can just be myself and connect with you guys and drop keys here and there. So, alrighty, peeps, I'm pulling up to the house right now. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I will talk to you in the next one.